Now, I can make you laugh, or I can make you laugh and give you useful advice. We'll try either of those. First and foremost, look, public service announcement. Texting and driving is immature and irresponsible. You could be composing emails, getting some work done. You know what I mean? Never got paid for a text, but did risk losing a job because of a late email, is what I'm saying. Second of all, gentlemen, this piece of advice is just for you. You are going to have a much easier time negotiating roadhead if you drive. There's risk, and there's utter stupidity. And her name's Cindy. No, I'm kidding. If you want to avoid parking tickets, there's a ton of different methods. My favorite method is simply to remove my windshield wipers. I'm encouraging all of you to do it because while they are sitting there very confused, I can get back to my car and leave. Okay? Women, this piece of advice is for you. Look, women have different preferences when it comes to birth control. I get it. You either have like a guidance counselor amount of condoms in your purse, or you have anti-zombie fluid in the form of Depo-Provera, or you stick a booby trap inside your vagina designed to eat away the tip of our dick. You can't even feel it, stop lying. My friend's preferred form of birth control is to show pictures of her cats. Because you can't get pregnant if you never get undressed. You know, take it or leave it. Speaking of animals, look, you guys have all weird names for your dogs. I would honestly tell you the best thing you can do is name your dog Steven. Because people are way more inclined to find a lost 5-year-old named Steven. Especially if you never tell him it's a dog. Just like, I don't know, there was a sandwich right there, he does this, I don't know why he does it, I feed him so well, I look over 1 second, he's gone. You know, he's not a 35-year-old dog. Okay, making purchases online is very terrifying. Agreed? It can be very terrifying. Tons of information you leave on the internet for who knows to grab. But luckily, there are these services, right? All you have to do is you give them all of your banking information and your social, your driver's license, all your previous addresses, and instead of possibly taking your money, you pay them. It's like digital mafia, but it works really well. Okay. Never tell children they can be anything because many of them have elected to grow up and be assholes, so... Also, can we stop with this whole nothing is impossible? Nothing is impossible. That is not true. My neighbors do nothing all day. Very possible. That's their Thursday, actually. Guaranteed they are at their house right now doing jack shit. Okay. If you ever feel low, if you ever feel poor, try my patented, proven method. You take $20 and rummage through the aisles of a Dollar Tree. It's like being Mariah Carey for 12 minutes. It's pretty amazing. Also, fun fact, look, if you want to lose weight, you can drive to the gym, or you can walk everywhere else. Everywhere else you go, you just walk there. Because the only people who consistently go to the gym are the people who work there. They're psychos. If you're having a tough time in your life, sure, you could call someone who's more successful and ask them, what do you do? What have you done? But what I find is far more gratifying. I call people whose lives are way worse than mine. It's like, what, he stole money from your purse again? That's crazy. I was so depressed, but then I realized my life is nothing like yours. Thank you. No, I don't have $20. I spent it at Dollar Tree. Stop asking. Fun fact, anyone who starts something by saying with all due respect is going to say something really fucking disrespectful. With all due respect, when you wear that you look like a trash whore, is what I'm saying. But I mean, I gave a disclaimer, so stop hitting me. Okay. You're only as old as you feel. Can you guys raise your hands if you ever heard that expression? You're only as old as you feel. Which is why it is so important to moisturize. Come on, seriously. They say age is relative, but I have no idea how old most of my relatives are. These are fun for me, is what it is. It's also true. I come from a Hispanic family. When my uncle died, I was just like, 58 years old is way too young. His wife stopped me and said, he was 78. Okay. Another public service announcement, please pay for the music you listen to, please. Otherwise, Billboard is going to continue to think that country is #1 every single year. Just put a penny in the jar, please. If you are going to talk to yourself, I'm not judging, just make sure the blue light on your headset is blinking, so you don't get diagnosed or Baker acted. And now there's a disclaimer, because a lot of times my friends have such tiny headphones. I'm like, do you protect the president? What is going on? Like, what is this? What is this all about? If you're going to ignore your friends, stop confusing them. Get really big headphones so they know you're not listening to them. Okay? That's just for me, I guess. Self-checkout, the whole concept is really annoying, but I find it's a little bit more enjoyable if I just give myself a BOGO discount. It's so... Pay for this, drop it in. Pay for this. I work here! It's the least you could do. Okay, I quit. I'm done with my purchase. Okay. All right. Are we locals here? Can you guys... I didn't ask for all that. Simmer down, people. Simple yes would suffice. All right. This is the smartest, meanest New Orleans joke I have. Okay? Also advice. All this has been advice, somewhat useful so far. Let's keep going. People make mistakes. People make mistakes, especially during Mardi Gras season. I made a mistake. I gave my friend a king cake 2 weeks after she had a miscarriage. That wasn't the bad part. If you guys aren't laughing, you're not local. That wasn't the bad part. The bad part was handing her the king cake and saying, don't worry, there's no baby in this either. That would be rude. And that's not me. Now, some people don't believe in hell, but I will see every single one of you who laughed at that joke there, and it is amazing. I'll bring the ice. I know how parties work. It's important to be optimistic. These are really stressful times. Be optimistic even about the worst situations. Like, for instance, every time it rains, a crackhead gets a shower, okay? For every DUI, someone sells a bicycle. For every argument between a parent and their teenager, someone makes $200 tattooing them with their allowance. They're not gutter punks. They just don't like to change clothes between Renaissance festivals. And for every long flight, someone pretends to read a book. It's incredible. Literacy is, are you asleep? Okay, good, because I actually don't know most of these words. Cool. Wording is really important. This is a true story. I moved to New Orleans about 6 years ago. Wording is important. I moved to Treme because it was one of the most famous areas, and I boasted. And I was at a coffee shop in the quarter, and I said, oh, Treme, I live in Treme, when they have the show and stuff. That's me, I live right there. And they're like, oh, you live in Treme. Wow, then you must know that there was shooting out there. They've been shooting out there all week. That's why it was blocked off with the police. What they meant to say was filming. Word choice is important. Okay, we're gonna move on to relationship advice. You guys having fun so far? Yeah. All right, see, we are easily trained. Everyone just said yes. There was no crazy woos. We're not at a baseball game. Relationship advice. All this is relationship advice. I like to go to nightclubs to meet women because I think there's no better preparation for marriage than yelling at each other at 2 o'clock in the morning over loud music. I feel like it really sets the tone for the future. And if you guys don't know, what is dating? What is dating today? Well, dating is when you turn off the TV, you get off the couch, you get dressed, and you go out long enough to find someone who's comfortable coming back to your house, getting undressed, sitting on the couch and watching TV with you. That's it. Retrieve, return. Okay. Now, fellas, this piece of advice is for you. It's hard. It's hard to navigate the nightclubs. Who's single? Who's not? Who's bitter? I just usually wait until the DJs do what DJs always do, which is, where are my single ladies at? And I just sit with a notepad and plan out my evening. She cheered, she went to the bathroom. That bought me 11 minutes. Okay, cool. Be careful who you ask for relationship advice from. Like, my friends have been married for a long time, and so I thought, who better to ask? I said, well, where did you guys meet? They said, well, actually, we met in high school. That advice only works if you are also in high school. Okay. I'm always really weary when someone says, this is a true situation. If I'm conversing with you, and in the first 5 minutes of talking, you ask me, what sign am I? I'm the fuck out. Here's the problem. The second I respond and say, Gemini, you don't see me, you're not thinking of me, you're thinking of every other Gemini you ever dated in your entire life. And I'm sitting there with a crapshoot wondering, did he kick her dog? Was he disrespectful to her mother during Thanksgiving? Now I'm more interested in your Geminis. What sign are you? I'm peace out. That's what I am. Bye. All right, a few more pieces of advice. Men are so obsessed with the size of their penis. Look, in America, you're 6 inches. But to the rest of the world, you're 15 centimeters. It's huge. That's double digits. That's massive. And if you are thinking about sending out a dick pic, remember, don't get self-conscious. Your phone has panoramic mode. It is as long and as curved as you'd like it to be. Finally, last piece of advice. Fellas, if you're going to propose, about a month before you're thinking of popping the question, when you're having one of your nonchalant movie nights, just pop in the movie Blood Diamonds. And then 30 days later, when you give her a $450 cubic zirconia, you're not cheap. You're woke and culturally considerate. And I cannot tell you, I don't understand why so many men propose on Valentine's Day when the much more ideal day is April 1st. I was tying my shoe. Are you kidding me? Of course it's too soon. You guys have a great night. Thank you.
All right, keep it going for Christopher Anthony.